Garmin have just released 2 new VHF radios and a remote station. They're called the Signal range, and there's the 220, the 400 and the RM 100, which is a remote or second station. They are full color display VHF radios. The 220 has a built-in AIS receiver. The 400 has a built-in AIS transponder or transceiver. And the RM 100 is simply a remote station. You can connect up to 5 RM 100s to either the 220 or the 400, and it connects via a BlueNet cable. Now you can connect directly from the RM 100 to the VHF with a supplied 6-meter BlueNet cable. You can buy these cables from 1 foot to 50-foot lengths. If you've got the old Garmin network, you can buy an adapter cable which has BlueNet one end and the old Garmin Marine network the other end. So you could plug this remote second station on a flybridge to your plotter if it had a spare network port, and save you running the network cable through the boat. So both these radios are physically identical. You can't tell them apart from looking on a label underneath. Same size, same connections. Go through the connections in a little while. And what you get in the box is a power cable, which is a fused power cable, and there's extra connections on there for an external speaker or a loud hailer. And that power cable is common to both the radios and the remote station. You get a fist mic. Now this fist mic actually communicates wirelessly with the radio. So it's pre-paired in the box, it's wireless connection, but there is a power. So all you have to do is connect it to either 12 or 24 volts. As per the radios, they're 12 or 24 volts. It's got an integral cable gland, and you would have that within arm's reach of the radio. It's a wireless connection to the radio. And that's the power loom which is also fused for the mic. The radios come with a NMEA 2000 cable. The fist mic has a magnetic base, so when you mount that, don't mount it too close to the compass. I think the distance is about 40 centimeters away from your compass, so it's a very strong magnet. And there is a rubber screen cover, and at the box it's flush mountable. There is a bail mount bracket if you want to surface mount it, but that is an optional extra. We'll give you the part number towards the end of this video. The RM 100 comes with the same fist mic, same power cable, same screen covers, but you get a 6-meter BlueNet cable in the box. If you want to buy an adapter cable, it doesn't come in the box. That is a separate item, and we'll give you that part number at the end of this video. It's a touch screen display, so you can press and operate the radio from the touchscreen display. It has a rotary knob which serves for channel selection, volume, squelch adjustment. There is a little flap on the front, and that is your DSC distress button. So you press and hold to initiate a distress call. There's your menu button, back button, and your channel 16 or calling channel button, which flips between the calling channel and channel 16. On the back, there's your standard aerial connector for a PL259 plug. There is an NMEA 2000 port. There's your BlueNet network port, and a power and audio cable socket. And there is a little SMA connector there to put an external GPS if you need it. There is an internal GPS, but if you've got this buried right down at the chart table and you're struggling to get a GPS signal, you can use an external antenna, and that is called a GA38, and we'll give you the part number for that at the end of this video. Exactly the same on the RM on the VHF 400 as it is the 220, and on the RM you've simply got power with power and audio and the BlueNet. As I said before, the 220 has an AIS receiver, so you can see your AIS vessels and you can output that via NMEA 2000 to your chart plotter. The 400 has a Class B Plus AIS transponder. So Class B Plus means that it's got a higher output power than a standard Class B, so it's got 5 watts transmission power as opposed to 2 watts. It's got a faster update rate, so updates between 5 and 15 seconds, every 5 and 15 seconds, whereas Class B is up to twice a minute. And it's got something which is called SOTDMA, which stands for Self-Organizing Time Division Multiple Access, which doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but what it does is it guarantees you a time slot for a transmission. It just means it's more efficient on transmitting your position. The FIS mic has 4 buttons on the front. You've got your channel up and down, you've got your 16 and calling channel key, you've got a key here that adjusts the power between 1 and 25 watts if a channel has that power ability. On the side you've got your volume control, and on this side you've got your press to talk button. Now it's got a very loud 5-watt speaker, so it's a speaker mic. You can attach an external speaker to the radios or the second station, but as it is, it's a very loud speaker. There is active noise cancelling on this as well. Some of the features of these radios that make it easy to use and program is you can set the radio up, especially the 400, if you want to put your MMSI number, your boat information for the AIS. You can use Active Captain to do that, so you can program it using your Active Captain app. The Signal radios have an AIS plotter screen where you can maintain situational awareness with the built-in AIS receiver on the 220 and the AIS transponder on the 400. Noise cancellation on all of them, adaptive noise cancellation, so it's constantly monitoring background noise and adjusting for it. Automated squelch, which is something that Garmin took from their Vespa products. Radio activity is constantly monitored to eliminate unnecessary noise and static. You also have the option for manual fine-tuning. You can quickly transmit a distress signal to nearby vessels with the distress button, which uses Class D DSC to automatically send crucial information that can help emergency responders. You can also use the intuitive DSC features to quickly initiate contact with another AIS-equipped vessel. Simply select the vessel on the AIS plotter view and then call them with a tap of the button. If you didn't catch a message, replay it with the VHF audio playback and listen to audio messages for up to 3 minutes on any channel. If you're racing and you missed the start line marks or positions or any instructions, then you can go back and replay up to 3 minutes of transmissions. You can intercom between radios if you're connected on the network. You've got other things like multiple channel watch. This shows the working channel screen. So in the middle in large digits is the selected VHF channel, the current channel. At the bottom there's 4 presets plus channel 16. And at the top of the screen is the position. You've got low and high power selection for channels which have that switch. Above it you've got the time since the most recent activity on the current channel. Top right, the telephone symbol is for making a DSC call, and to the left of that there is a weather channel.